Warning: this program is intended for adults of legal drinking age. Whiskey is consumed and discussed. The intent is to educate our palates on the differences of whiskey flavors and not an intent to get drunk. Please drink responsibly.
Hey everybody, welcome to I Fucking Love Whiskey. My name is Andrew Pierce, and you know what? I fucking love whiskey. I'm here as always with my co-host, Mr. Joseph Limbaugh.
It's me. I'm Joseph Limbaugh. I fucking love whiskey.
I thought
And
so.
we have a guest as usual. Andrew, I'm going to let you introduce our guest because
Our
you know
guest
who better.
is my good friend, Monique Beatty. Woo!
Hey, I just want to establish now that I also fucking love whiskey.
I mean, what are the odds?
Yeah.
What are the odds? So yeah, I said in some of the lead up to this that Monique is a world traveler. Obviously, she's got some photos of Paris there behind her on either side. Same photo night and day, which I love. So it's really great. But also, Monique was one of our, mass organizers for our Scotland trips every year, and I can't thank her enough for all the effort she goes to make that work between the cars and the lodging and the flights and the this and the tours and like just making everyone do little bits of it and putting it all together. Welcome. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, I'm just a control freak who loves to travel. So it's kind of a happy combo for me, organized. And then we get to do what I want. So
Which is important.
works out that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And you're usually in chat, right?
I am. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
Lassie in the chat.
Yeah. I kind of think of you as like a fourth host, right? Because you add some like actual information to the show, which I feel like we miss out on. So
Sometimes we do, yeah. Also, Monique is tremendously good at identifying flavors, being an excellent cook. So you're really able to pick out stuff. Honestly, you pick out some things sometimes, and it's like I didn't even know that was a thing you could eat.
Well, it's really funny because when we used to do this in person at work, we'd have a new person come in and they start to know something and maybe talking to Andrew or Stuart or someone and like, well, I really can't identify the smell. And then like every head in the room just kind of turns. And I'm like,
Well, more often than not, you just like nail it.
what is that? It reminds me of that old. It reminds me of that old Bugs Bunny cartoon. Leopold, right? When the conductor comes in, right?
Leopold. Hey, well,
Monique.
Let's not pussyfoot around here. Let's get
All
to
right.
the first whiskey here. Let's
All right.
get to this. This is just
such a pretty color.
such a pretty color. That's the color of the bay just outside of Bruichladdich. Believe it or not, it looks like the Caribbean, and then you put your feet in it, and you're like, no, it's the North Sea.
Caribbean.
So it does not feel like it. So this is Bruichladdich, classic Laddie, 50%. It's a vatted whiskey made from various casks and barley origins and put together at Bruichladdich. And boy, oh boy, I love it every single time. They're so good and consistent.
So my first thought was butterscotch, just because it's so round and sweet. But then it sits for a minute and you're like, oh, somebody dropped a matchbook in that butterscotch. And then it gets kind of interesting.
A little sulfur hit at the back.
Yeah.
And then
Definitely go ahead.
Then there are the flowers that you were talking about before, but they're like the really thick white flowers. They're not little, shy
not little
flowers.
dainty things. No.
Yeah, no.
What were you going to say, Joseph?
I was gonna say, like, if I was gonna build a house in this, it would be on a bright coast. Like it just smells coastal to me. Like, but in a very bright, like not like briny way. Like just like mostly the view and kind of the plants that would live there. But
It's a happy little whiskey.
yeah, it is a happy little whiskey.
Yeah, that. Oh, it's so friendly. It's just so friendly. Yes, this would be a very open house. It'd be very welcoming. People could just kind of walk in, out. You'd have indoor-outdoor carpet and
a lot of big windows all around. Yeah.
Or you can kind of slide open, so it's just no wall at all. Yeah.
What's going on with the wine glass, Andrew? What's up with that?
Well, this is not a wine glass. This is actually a distiller's tasting glass, and it's from Bruichladdich. So I'm kind of trying to.
You're all matchy.
I'm trying to matchy. Get to focus.
Look at you! Look at you with your meta level branding. Are we tasting this? Delightful.
Are you going in?
Man, that is nice.
Oh,
That is just perfectly nice. That's like a perfect hug. The perfect length and warmth and just a perfect hug. That's what that is.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
And
it's
there's
a little grape sourness in the finish, like a little bit of
there is
the
a sour
white
note.
wine grape
Getting a
sourness.
weird, almost like a leather, which is probably the red wine.
Huh. And we went through all of the, like we were talking before the show, how you can look up the number for your bottle and find out all the things that went into this particular batch. And it was a long list. We read it before the show. There's a lot. Someone is doing a really good job just curating this and like laser focusing on this flavor for sure.
So it's a vatting of 74 casks, 4 vintages, 3 barley types, and 10 cask types.
Mm.
That's a lot that goes into it. 74 casks.
Oh, good.
And someone's tasting each of those casks and kind of going, "Wow, we need 5 of those, 3 of those to come out with this flavor every single time."
That
That's the
person's a
job I
hero.
want next.
Adam had it.
You should have that job. I feel like you, Monique, you have such a like an excellent palate though. I feel like you should have a job where, I don't know, like drinking single casks, tasting them for like the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society or something, like.
I would love that. Yeah,
Wow.
Jenna, if you're watching.
Yeah. I mean, obviously she watches every week.
Of course.
Yeah. Like obviously I would love to have that job. I'm not qualified for it, but you absolutely are. And I will sign anything that says so.
I would roll casks down the aisles. I would sweep the floors. I would, a year, just give me a year. I'll do whatever. Wash the cars, sweep up all the dust from the barley.
Catch any spilt casks?
Oh, I could, yeah. Mm.
So what's the story? I feel like something this precise, like I don't want to science it, but I mean I feel like we kind of have to. I've never scienced the classic Laddie before, so
Neither have I, actually.
You never?
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean it's like just a standard kind of beverage, right? I mean yeah. What's the story? Are we gonna science it?
I think we have
Why
to.
not?
Kind of have to, right? Yeah. It's not hard to get though, so it's not like it's super rare.
Right. There will be more. Like I'm just looking in my database history here.
Okay, this is vanilla frosting. Oh my gosh.
With the science?
Yeah.
It does. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Like
It is vanilla frosting.
Like the best Betty Crocker by the spoonful.
All right, I'm going in for the water then.
I like that. That nose is really different and interesting.
Yeah.
Since I began keeping records of my whiskey, this is the 13th bottle of classic Laddie that I've had.
It could also be like cake batter, like yellow cake batter.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, Tipsy Asparagus.
It's like a really good American bakery.
Hey, Thad.
What?
I said, hey, Thad.
I do. One thing I totally want to say is I fucking love whiskey. You always get it first, Andrew, and I got it first that time in there. I do like now. I kind of wonder if like I feel like since it's such a Monique tasting it.
Puts a lot of pressure on you, doesn't it?
It gets a little bouncier in the mouth. There's an effervescence to it.
A little.
It's a tartness too, like a sour tartness as well. Because the nose was so sweet with the water, I was not expecting that. But there's almost like a grapefruit or like some sort of sour.
There's fizziness in the center too with water.
Yeah, it's like a prune soda. In a good way.
Of course, in a good way. Yeah,
I mean, I think one of the later things we're drinking is fish in bandages, right? That's one of the things. So there is that in a good way quality about Scotch. Like, no, it's like a burnt tire fire in a good way.
Has SMWS actually come out and had one called Licking a Hospital Floor yet?
I don't think so.
I would buy that bottle.
Oh, of course I would too. Probably a Lefroy. Man. Yeah, I don't dislike it with water. I think it's good either way.
Yeah.
Maybe I like it a little better without water. The nose is really interesting though with water.
There's like a little fruity note developing, almost like dried apricots, maybe.
Yeah.
They have one called Full Metal Hospital.
Ooh.
It's sold out, of course.
Of course.
And one called Hospital Juice.
Yeah, if you say that without like vocalizing, then it looks like you just said "I love you."
Or olive juice.
Elephant shoes.
Olive juice. See?
Elephant shoes. We're 7 years old again.
One of the
Maybe
benefits of
again.
whiskey. Yeah,
Okay.
there's basically a 7-year-old in here
Mhm.
underneath all of the underneath his gravitas. What's next?
That's all I found. What's next? You're just like, okay,
Wow.
let's go.
So quickly you forget your first one. That's kind of sad.
No. I will never forget the classic Laddie. Like that's such a great start for this
Yeah.
this
Well,
journey.
Bottle number 2 is very exciting. It's SMWS, and it is
Ah.
deep, visceral, almost smutty, and great. There we go. This is a Bunnahabhain SMWS 10.174. It is an ex-refill barrel, a refill ex-bourbon barrel, 10 years old, 57.3%. And I don't know if I like it or not. I don't know if you can tell how full that isn't.
Oh.
So let's go into the nose.
Wow, that is very different. Oh, man,
boy.
I get leather,
Oh yeah, like
but also like vinyl, like a new car smell.
the vinyl. Yes, this is like
I
a
think
barber chair.
I'm thinking more oceany stuff, but
I
And
get some of that too. Yeah, there's definitely some brine in there.
it's brine. It's not like you're standing on the beach and it's hitting you. It's just
the barbasol or whatever it is, they dip the combs and the razors in.
That blue stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of that antiseptic smell back there.
Visceral, deep visceral, almost smutty, and great.
and there's almost there was a sour note in the other one, but that was more of a sour wine. This is more of a sauerkraut almost. If you really work it.
The nose.
I also smell like when you open up a box with like fresh computer components in it, and it has like that styrofoam. Like that's what I'm getting.
I get none of that. It does not smell that machiney to me.
No, I get the
Pressure.
vinyl.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I think if I was going to build this house, this is like a very modern house, also on the ocean, but very this is the first time I think, yeah, everything is very clean. It's all brand new, I think.
How many
Maybe
houses do you have?
there's a couple. I build a house in every whiskey. There's like maybe a couple like inside like an old chair or something, but it's like really it's most of the house is like stainless steel and polished metal.
Oh,
I
this is
get
my favorite
almost
whiskey.
a paint note. I see where you're going with like it's not medicinal like barbasol, but there's like those environmental paints that don't have as many bad things in them.
Oh wow!
The environmentally friendly paints.
This is one of those whiskeys that has such a unique flavor and it's such a unique smell. Like it's one of those things from like how is this
Same family.
next to all the others? It's like a completely different beverage. I want to hear what that has to say.
This is my favorite whiskey.
It's my favorite whiskey.
You guys get any spice notes underneath it?
In the
Anything at
nose?
all? Or you still stuck in the machine?
No,
I don't
there's
have
some
anything to
organic-
say
some
about
organic
this
stuff.
because I was still on the classic Laddie.
We rushed. I know. I wasn't
That'd
finished
be
the classic
weird.
Laddie either, but
I'm sorry, that's my fault.
Oh no, you're fine. I guess the only thing that I get off of the nose that you all didn't was like I got like a nice little fresh cut of grass, like when you're mowing the lawn.
Yeah, no, that's there. Yeah.
Or like a juicy vegetable, like celery or cucumbers.
Mm,
But like that's very very faint.
yeah, I don't.
Maybe a bit of like spinach or kale smoothie.
I can see grass, but like the roots or potato skins.
There definitely is a rooty flavor to it. Like there's like beets in there, maybe.
Mm,
A lot of heat in the finish.
Yeah, there is. It's strong. This is
But-
surprisingly for 47 for 57%. It's like, I mean, that's strong
like-
anyway, but
Wood.
cocoa powder coated beets is what it tastes like.
there is some other like spice or something in there, some flavor. I want to
Yeah.
almost say, what is it?
It's earthy
Yeah.
because now it's coming on the nose. I'm just getting a lot of like earth and freshly dug potatoes. Yeah.
Never kohlrabi. Have you had kohlrabi before?
Mm-mm. Does it taste like this?
A little bit. Yeah, this is really good.
I'm searching for the words.
I know it's like it's hard to define. It's just there's earthiness to it. That's like I think the biggest thing. But it's sweet and earthy. I don't know that I would call it smutty.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it smutty either. You know, I'm
Okay.
interested to hear what their tasting notes are.
Oh yeah, Andrew.
They always have the most
Do you
interesting
have those
tasting
notes?
notes.
I do. I'm going to go to the website though and see if I can get it.
Get the full notes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a little bit more in my glass of this, which I almost never do.
All right, here we go. Nosing it, the smoke is not huge, but evokes a range of associations. Doctor's bag, salt grilled prawns, toasted hazelnuts, and coconut, wood shavings, coal cedars, and wintergreen. On the palate, however, the smoke is big: beach barbecue, ship's timbers, menthol vapor rub, marmalade on burnt toast, embers, ash, and something between root beer and ginger beer.
That I get.
Reduced
That's it.
nose stirs up memories of resin and model glue, harbors, rock pools, and slate, halls, soothers, and extra strong mints, which are things available in England if you don't know what those are. I don't know what they taste like either. The palate combines menthol cigarettes, hemp rope, blackjacks, coal tar, and burnt prawns with just enough toffee sweetness. Deep, visceral, almost smutty, and great.
Yeah, because I worked at a Jamaican restaurant and I used to chew on root beer root, like you know,
Uh-huh.
and that's now that or it was licorice root, and that kind of is what it reminds me of. Was it root beer root? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I
it's
chew on
definitely
some-
root something under it's earthy under your.
but like a seasoning root, like a root you would use for seasoning.
Right. But there's
I get no smokiness at all.
You get a little bit now that they said it. Like I can definitely
Yeah.
smell it,
just
but it's like
not big.
it's like yeah.
I get almost a. It sounds so trite to say caramel, but in the middle of the palate, just something just coating the tongue. Just it's not caramel. It's something.
There's a sweetness in there, yeah.
Are we sciencing?
I mean, so one of us has to.
I think we have to go. I'm going to have another sip before I do, just so I can remember what this is.
I'm pretty low, so I'll just go ahead.
All right.
We're gonna science.
I mean, for me, the sweetness reminds me of kind of like banana or banana chips for me.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow. This smells more leathery to me, more like fine Corinthian leather, more medicinal.
It really took the nose away from me.
Yeah, it knocked it down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Knocked it down, but for me, I feel like it's a bit more accessible in some ways.
But there's kind of a slate, a more mineral note.
I feel like pencil shavings. I'm getting more pencil
I can see
shavings.
that.
Towards that end, yeah, that's where I'm going.
Graphite.
Maybe that's a
It's really
slate.
quiet now. I don't like it as much.
Hmm.
Oh, a lot of the fire and the finish is gone.
Yeah.
There's kind of a high tinny note to it now, that I don't dislike because it's unusual, but I don't like. I think I liked it better before.
Yeah, no water for me.
Yeah, I would say no water.
Yeah, it's a metallic taste, right? It's like
like looking at an aluminum can.
Yeah, or like copper, you know,
or eating liver to me always gives me that metallic taste. That's kind of what I'm getting here.
I don't get that with liver, but
that's why I don't eat liver anymore.
Or kidneys. It's like kind of like haggis, like a bit of you know. I still really like it though, just because it's so unusual. Like it hasn't changed that at all. But I definitely like it.
Yeah. Oh no,
this is better without water.
This is definitely no with water. Hey Donnie Bernardo.
Hey Don.
They're saying most bunnies don't stand up to water, and I think I would agree with this one in particular. Certainly.
Don is one of the ones who was going to join us last year in Scotland before all that stuff happened. Yeah.
Hey Don.
Yeah.
I hope I can go with y'all next time you go. I would really, really like to do that.
Well, once we figure out when that can be, everyone's invited into the planning session.
Yeah, because I do have to go and play Dungeons and Dragons in a castle.
Are you guys getting any peanut notes at the very end of the finish? There's like this little pop of peanut butter.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that.
There's definitely there's a bit of nuttiness to it.
Yeah.
There's a bit of nuttiness to this cast because you know what? I fucking love whiskey.
Come on, Andrew. Come on. Stop trying so hard. You're so thirsty. That's what the kids say. I'm thirsty for whiskey. So good. Thanks for sharing that with us. That is so good.
Oh man. Yeah, I wish I hadn't put water in it, and there's only a little bit left.
Oh good, I saved a little bit.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I'll come back to that. All right, number three whiskey here. Keeping us on schedule. A little ahead of schedule.
Yeah. Kind of ahead of schedule, yeah.
Here we go. I'm very excited. Caol Ila is one of the most prolific distilleries. They employ, I think, like 8 people. It's so automated. It is so modern, and it's got huge kettles. They just go through it so quickly, but they do such great peated stuff. If you have a blended scotch and it's got a peated component, it's probably Caol Ila. This is called a fish in bandages. Yeah, SMWS 53-293. It's really not focusing very well on that. Hold it there. There we go. 58. What was it? 58.6% refill hogshead, 9 years old. Yeah. I'm going to guess we're going to get some smoke off this.
Yeah, but it's more like smoked meat.
Oh, wow.
I get pickles.
Yeah. This is definitely something savory, like a delicious savory meal that has taken a long time to cook. Like I feel like something like meat that's been in a smoker for a long time, you know?
It's basted, yeah.
What is the beef that you cook with the sauerkraut? Because you get that really meaty sense. It's been cooking for a long time, so all of the flavors really intensify. But then there's that underlying sour note.
Yeah, it reminds me of Texas barbecue or like German, like like you said, German food cooked
Yeah.
with sauerkraut, like really good sausages and kraut.
Uh,
Mm.
Oh, that brine. I'm really getting that sauerkraut pickle smell now. That's
yeah, the
I like it
brine
so
is.
much. It's so
Yeah.
good.
That, are you with us on this journey? Are you on this one yet?
Yes, I am.
What do you have to say?
Um, I agree. Pickles definitely there. Sauerkraut, like very savory, very unctuous, like just
Unctuous. What a
flavor.
great word.
The one weird thing that did come up is like fresh paper. Like it was there and then it disappeared. Like it was
No,
just
I can smell that.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
Like
the
if you
fresh-
buy like a book and you haven't cracked it open yet, and you crack it open and there's that fresh.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna put the the printing paper in your printer and you fan
Yeah.
it. That
yeah,
first-
that too.
Yeah, I get that. And when we were there and we were talking to a lot of the whiskey makers, they were saying that if a barrel's gone bad, it will often taste like newspaper, wet newspaper. And
Oh, that's sad.
so, but I can see how this would, if it went bad, would edge down into that paper.
I feel bad. I actually tasted it. I usually wait till everybody else tastes it, but like this one time, like I was so interested that I had to taste that.
Are you
And,
putting any cinnamon toast on the nose? Like buttered cinnamon toast?
yeah. It's
I
funny,
think-
like my parents would make cinnamon toast for me and my brother before bed. Like we'd have tea and cinnamon toast.
That's what I get.
Hey, Bodie Cooper.
Bodie Cooper.
I mean, it's a natural product, and so maybe a couple of the staves are just not up to it. It's sitting there for 5 years, and something goes wrong. Who knows?
It's complicated organic
wow.
biochemical transformation. Like,
And
Yeah,
don't worry,
what
I
is-
don't-
yeah. What is it? What's the story, Monique?
This is the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside.
Yes.
It's so big.
I'm having trouble with my first sip. I was having trouble accessing anything on the palate. It was just
It's big.
it's big.
And now I get horseradish in the nose, like fresh. You just cut it or you're just grating it.
See, never having grated horseradish, I don't know what that is.
It's divine.
There is a taste of like citrus, some sort of I want to say like lychee.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm.
But
Mm.
it could also
Oh.
be like a little bit of like lime, but like the skin of the lime.
Wow.
Maybe more grapefruit, like the grapefruit skin.
Yeah, a zest of
I can
grapefruit.
see that. Yeah. This nose though, this nose really makes me want to say I fucking love whiskey.
Right?
You're allowed to say that as much as you want.
I'm not, apparently, though.
You've abused your privileges, Andrew. And
I-
here's the thing about that, Andrew. Here's the thing.
I fucking love whiskey.
No.
Yeah.
I think I would,
Oh.
this is almost now, it's turning into a key lime pie on the nose, which is weird for a Caol Ila.
It is weird that it is getting friendlier the more that time I
Yeah.
spend with it. Like it's like
Yeah.
it came out of the freaking glass. Like here I come, and now it's like, all right, now that you know me, we can hug.
Feeding
Like,
you
are we
into
getting
the-
just a nerd to the peat? Is that what's happening here? Like the peat
think
is kind of
so.
we're going past the
I
peat
think
into
so.
these
Fish and
wonderful.
bandages. I don't necessarily relate to that name at all.
No.
The brine is maybe where they're going with fish. I get,
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't
But
get. I don't get.
but it's more salt water for me than it is fish.
Yeah.
So it's more like
I get the fish on like the finish where it's like it's for me like after I eat fish like my mouth is very watery. It's very like I want to take another bite out of this whiskey, right? Is the finish for me. And like I can kind of see how you can conflate that with fish where it's salty and you want another drink.
Yeah. Like if it's salted fish, sure. Yeah. What are their tasting notes say?
Like if you're talking kippers or something like that. Let's see what they
kippers.
say. What is this?
Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
Oh shoot, we got this
53.
nice, don't we?
Anyone? Red Dwarf fans? Anyone?
Red Dwarf, love it.
Cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere.
A fish in bandages. Isla. Salty sea air took us directly to a maritime scene packed with dried seaweed, shellfish, and tuna sandwiches. An injured fish wrapped in bandages combined medicinal hues with coastal cues. Oh, I like that. And evolved into pickled herring, gravlax, and salty oysters.
All right, those I get, sort of.
Yeah, salty oysters. Yeah.
A puff of distant burning heather presented heavy perfumed smoke that thickened on the reek of a fishing trawler's engine room.
Getting
This
the oily.
sweet yet dirty smoke continued through to the palate with a thick grease and triacly nature.
Treacle.
Strictly?
Treacle is like I think it's like a syrup.
But they're
Super
saying treacly.
Oh, treacly, like treacle like.
Like treacle, yeah. A treacly nature. Lighter notes of pears poached in vanilla syrup delivered a juicy expression that uncovered salted oranges and smoked rhubarb. A finish expressed the epitome of peated barley and was complemented perfectly by a fistful of salted peanuts.
I kind of want to eat a fistful of salted peanuts.
Yeah, I love peanuts.
Smoked rhubarb. I agree. Who would smoke a rhubarb?
Mm-mm.
I really like it though. This is my favorite whiskey.
Yeah, it's kind of my favorite whiskey. Oh, here's an interesting point. I fucking love whiskey. Bodie Cooper.
A thick, sticky, dark syrup made from partly refined sugar, molasses. Yeah, it's like it's like British molasses. It's one of those things that like marmalade. That if you're not British, you might not know about.
Yeah.
Although marmalade, I guess most Americans know about because of Alice in Wonderland.
But when I think of stuff like that, I think of overpoweringly sweet, and this is so not overpoweringly sweet.
Yeah, this is like a savory.
Yeah, it's chewier.
It's definitely a savory whiskey.
I would like this with oysters.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna science it.
Man,
Oh
Scotch,
yes.
I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
We're going in.
The Scotch, you're so brave, Monique. I don't know. Until I hear, I'm not gonna try it. Man, SMWS knows what's up.
Oh,
What?
what if it's better?
Then I'll find out, and I'll try.
Okay, here's one where I think the nose gets bigger.
It's fresh laundry.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm going.
It's like laundry day, and you wash your clothes in lemons and salt.
Of course, this could like destroy the flavor. We don't know, but it seems like it's doing some cool
I
stuff.
like what it did to the nose.
You could still wait, Joseph. You could wait.
Too late.
Too late.
Can't take it out. I want to go on this journey with you. I don't want to be left behind.
All right, so if this were a house, Joseph, I think would have a clothesline next to it, and it would just have all these white sheets in the sun.
And your neighbor's burning leaves.
Yeah, definitely a lot of, maybe even all the windows are open and you're like, spring cleaning.
Oh yeah, it's a fresh spring afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is with water, by the way. Not before water, it's different. It'll be a different house.
Yeah, it kind of really takes a lot of the brine away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I like it with water.
Wow.
Whatever that savory thing is that we're eating stays longer into the finish.
It's not as aggressive.
Right?
Monique, what were you saying?
No, it's almost it's for some reason I thought of like a really dense cake, but not a super sweet cake. A spice cake.
Yeah, a dense cake. Yes. That's that savory thing that we're
Yeah.
having. It's not quite sweet.
Like a banana bread or maybe a
Not
rum
even
cake, but
sweet.
that's almost too sweet.
I,
Like
I was saying, I
Yeah.
was thinking fried bananas in the finish before water, and now that might be part of what this is.
I get peanut in the finish again.
We are
And
the
bacon
Shakespeare's
spices.
whiskey.
Yeah, I would say a blue dot for this one for sure.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
some interesting
Nice with water.
stuff.
See, sometimes water is a good thing.
I know. I shouldn't be scared.
There's
And yet,
always-
No,
and yet I am.
there's times where the water has hurt us, so it's good. It's
Sometimes the water hurt.
it's reasonable to be scared.
Oh man. Oh, this is of all the whiskeys we've had, and today we've had some amazing whiskeys. This is my favorite of the ones we've had today, though, which is
This
saying a
my
lot because
favorite whiskey.
Yeah.
I wish I had this.
I do kind of get the peanut butter in
Yeah.
the finish now with water,
it's so good.
Oh, that's good.
and especially the mouth coating aspect of the peanut butter as well, where it's sort of like still there.
Yeah, I think that at the beginning was unctuous. It definitely sticks.
Oh, Thad, you better add unctuous to the tasting notes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna use a word like unctuous, you gotta put it in there.
Uh-huh.
If only I knew how to spell it.
Starts with a U, man.
Let autocorrect handle it for you.
No one's judging you.
No.
I think I want more of this one.
Yeah, I just live in this nose. Like it's one of those ones
Yeah.
where I can just sit here and nose this forever.
Yeah.
So good.
Like, so Caol Ila was the very first distillery we ever walked into. The very
Okay.
first one, and it was so extraordinarily exciting when we went to the lobby and we met our tour guide, and he walked us out on the side of the straight and then opened the door into the warehouse, and we walked in, and boom, this is in the air. This is that warehouse. It's taking me right back to that moment where it was like, he's really going to open these casks and let us taste straight out of the cask. What how did we get here? It's very exciting.
Yeah, and that was
I
kind of before we learned how
understand.
to pace ourselves. So we would like finish the entire pour before we went to the next one.
Yeah.
So by the end, yeah.
And poor Jim, our friend Jim
Oh,
got ill on
he was dead sick.
on the
Yeah.
way there, and so he was our designated driver at that point, and so everywhere we went, he would just take the sample bottles and he would just like be until we.
He's a peat head, and the entire time we were on Isla, he wasn't able to drink, so he just kept collecting samples. And we got off Isla. We had a kind of a stopover before we got to our next destination. We spent the night. We had this really cute house with this big deck that overlooked a huge lake, and he just lined up his samples, sat on the deck, and spent I don't know how many hours just enjoying one after the other. Yeah. So selfishly, I'm kind of happy he was sick so that we could enjoy all of our tastings when we were there.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's tough being the designated driver on those days where you go to a distillery that you love, and it's like, I'll just take those for later tonight.
Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. I mean, I think we got smart by the third trip because we hired a driver on Isla who just lugged the 8 of us around to every distillery, and he had an amazing storytelling sense. Like everywhere we went, he had a great story to tell.
Oh my God.
And he had the patience of a saint because after, we were free to taste everything, we were a little silly and a little happy. And yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Unctuous? Nice that.
Did he spell it right?
Unctuous. That's like when a handsome person is unctuous. What does unctuous mean? I want to look up that word.
Oily?
That was UNC. Did you look it up, Thad?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Revealing or marked by a smug, ingratiating, and false earnestness or spirituality. Or, well, I mean, this is what he's actually going for. A smooth and greasy texture or appearance.
Or soapy feel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's definitely hunctuous.
It is hunctuous. Man, I guess
Yeah.
eventually we'll have to move on from this, but I want to stay
No.
here forever.
No, we don't have to. We got 5 more minutes to just sit here in the nose.
Oh, perfect. Let's do it.
I feel like this house changes too, because now it's like before it was like that really open. I feel like underneath there's like a root cellar down there and beneath the house, or maybe there's like an underground passage that leads to the ocean and a secret dock.
Takes me to my happy place. My happy place where I fucking love whiskey. And I just sit there and fucking love it.
I feel like I'm a little behind on the whole I fucking love whiskey thing. You know?
Why? Don't you enjoy whiskey?
Oh, I fucking love whiskey.
Okay, just checking.
Careful, Andrew, you're gonna end the show.
Dad's too savvy. He won't let us end it that way.
Well, no, it's like he'll just like, they said it, click.
Yeah, Lieutenant Bodie Cooper says, as an American, I've eaten at least 3 bandages, and that's true, because like if you have an internal disorder in America, they just give you a Band-Aid to eat, and you just.
Well, he said I have heated.
Oh, he's heated them.
I have heated.
Oh, I
he
misread
heated 3
that.
bandages. He warmed up 3 bandages before he put them on.
I have misread
his cold wounds.
I think it's led on by Thad's hunctuousness.
Yeah, that's right. We should put H before everything, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gone and it makes me sad.
I fucking love whiskey.
I think I
fucking love
This
Huitin.
is my favorite whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But these last 2 whiskeys have been amazing. But the fish advantages, so good.
Let's see if Bunnahabhain can come and take us home after going to the fishing manager's place.
Oh boy.
Here we go. This is called Castaway for a Day. It'll eventually focus. There we go. SMWS 10.123. This is an 11-year-old refill ex-bourbon barrel, 60.3%.
Holy.
And again, it's getting low. It's
Wow. Okay, someone dropped a birthday cake in the ocean on this one.
Oh, really? Already?
Oh my God.
That is a nice thing to have after the last one, because this is a sweet smell.
Creamy. It's wow.
It is creamy.
This is like whipped cream, like a really rich beaten whipped cream that's high quality. Like,
yeah, this isn't your canned whipped cream. This is someone has taken cream and whipped it.
French chef.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, vanilla.
Whipped cream.
What's that?
Oh, it kind of reminds me of Bailey's, or like that Edredauer we had. Like it's that.
It's sweet.
Yeah, almost that milkiness.
Yeah, it's very desserty.
Yeah. I wonder if it's going to taste the same. It's so interesting when you smell a whiskey like this. Like you expect it to taste like a cake, but you know it might not.
But it's whipped cream's on top of some sour berried pastry or something.
I would say like a raspberry bush or tree branch.
I was just gonna say like raspberries, like it's a raspberry tart with like a rich whipped cream on top, or maybe boysenberry. Oh, no raspberries for sure.
I would go to raspberry on that.
Oh yeah, wow, that's so clearly the smell of raspberry.
Like,
I'm getting hungry smelling this. Like, that's what it's doing to me.
This is amazing.
I did this big hike in Vancouver one day, and it was like we went past miles of wild raspberry bushes and blackberry bushes, and we just kept pulling them off and snacking on them as we walked. And that is what's underneath this whipped cream.
It's interesting. This is called Castaway.
You're hiking. You're on a trail. The sun is shining.
So, okay, I mean, we're gonna have to read their notes to find out why they call this Castaway.
We will eventually, but Castaway for a Day, I don't.
No, this is. I'm in a hotel in Paris, and the chef has come out, and the pastry chef, the dessert chef, has come out and personally delivered this to our plates.
I mean, I could see that I'm on an island with like fresh fruit, like mostly berries, and I'm like surviving on them. You know, maybe
was avec crème anglaise.
I'm not sure if if they're going for that type of Castaway though. Like it could be like a treat yourself vacation type Castaway.
Because you're cast away for a day. So this is clearly a high-end resort Castaway.
Yeah.
We should.
I don't know that I want to.
You don't want to taste it?
I know. I just it's so perfect.
I want to say
Yeah.
in the nose here.
The nose is really good. It's amazing. Like once again, this is my favorite whiskey. Like I haven't.
This,
I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
but it
I
is.
haven't
It
even
is.
tasted it, and I agree. This is my favorite whiskey. Oh, it's you know it's coming back to the Bruichladdich actually in terms of that kind of floral nose,
Mhm.
little wine influenced.
It's so interesting because my
Tea.
warm
Oh,
up was a
God. There's
Bunnahabhain,
quite a
but
lot
this
of
is
tea
so.
here.
What's that? Tea?
Like tea, like black tea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That's the dark note underneath that
Mhm.
kind of.
But tea, but like, and there's just like the tiniest kind of like this earthy undernote.
It's not brewed tea though. It is just.
Tea leaves.
It's just dried tea leaf, right?
I could also like say that this was like a floral tea or a tea that has like, you know, flavoring to it, like a blackberry tea, you know?
Hmm.
Wow. Oh, wait. We got to
Yeah.
taste this.
You got to go in this.
You're going in? Okay. Andrew's seeing things.
No, I got a fruit fly coming after this. Like you stay away from my whiskey.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Oh, boy. Whoa.
Yeah, it's my favorite whiskey.
Huh.
Oh
I
boy!
fucking love whiskey.
Oh
Oh my God.
boy!
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh,
That did not disappoint. Like the flavor was like a continuation of the data points in the nose.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and it was like
And then
you
some.
you like that? Here's where this is going.
But like
And that
now it's
Yeah.
it's raspberry jam because it's really intensified
it's raspberries forever in the finish.
with like some rose petals thrown in.
Bodie Cooper, smelling it was like smelling tea leaves, and tasting it is like
Eating?
more like eating pie, I think.
Yeah, I would say like that whipped cream pie that we or tart.
We took a bite of it.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
a great one to finish on.
Oh, and it's also unusual too because like often the nose doesn't prepare you for the taste, and this
Yeah.
one I think the nose
Yeah.
is telling you exactly what you're gonna have.
It just makes me laugh. It's so good.
I think it makes you laugh because you fucking love whiskey.
I fucking love whiskey. And you know what? This is my favorite whiskey.
This is my favorite whiskey.
Oh my! This is a dessert. This. I'm
Yeah.
getting diabetes drinking this.
There's only one weird thing about it. That I fucking love whiskey.
I knew it. I should have forestalled that. Damn it.
Yeah. I mean, how many times are people going to sneak in I fucking love whiskey before you stop them?
Right.
I fucking love whiskey, don't know.
Joseph, you got mad at me for gamification of that, and yet I feel like you
Hey,
just went right there.
I just have to up my game. That's all there is to it. Although I'm glad that the guest is winning right now, according
Yeah,
to
me
the
too.
stats.
I mean, the guest should always win, honestly.
Oh,
The guest
I
should
fucking
always.
love this game. And you know what? I fucking love whiskey.
I knew it. I thought it was true, but I just
See-
like it validated.
It's delightful when Monique does it. When we do it, it's just like, oh, these guys are safe.
And if my dad is watching, he's probably like shamed because, you know, his daughter's swearing, never a
We're
good thing.
tired of it.
And drinking in public, never a good thing.
You know, I was probably 28 years old before I said fuck in front of my parents. I was so nervous because my dad was a former RCMP officer. He was freaking paramilitary. He was by the book. He was a lawyer, and fucking discipline was his thing.
Yeah.
I was terrified of him. The first time I said fuck in front of him, I was 28, and I used a W.C. Fields line where someone said, "Do you want water?" And I said, "I don't drink water. Fish fuck in it." And that was probably the first, and it might have been the only time I said fuck in front of my dad. That was probably it.
Which seems kind of weird to me, Andrew, because I'm quite sure you would have said I fucking love whiskey at some point.
I do. Yes. You're just racking up the points. There's just no way we can catch you now.
Yeah. Also, she's doing such a good job of playing the game.
That's true.
Mm.
Oh, it's so
Seriously, I could
good.
milk this all night.
Yeah.
I don't want to science it. It's just
I know.
This
Someone
is-
else.
Oh, you just made me sad. I forgot that we had to science it.
I don't think
Like-
we don't have to.
We don't have to. We've
can
done it.
force our guests to.
Monique, we don't have to science it.
No, the
We-
person who's winning the I fucking love whiskey count has to science.
That's not true.
No,
That's
I
never
don't
been a
think that's
rule.
That's a new
No.
rule. New
I
rule.
don't think that's a rule. Even if it is a rule, I still have to say I fucking love whiskey.
I feel like it should be the person who's losing, losing the count.
Damn it! That's me.
Yeah.
Do it.
You do have the most of this whiskey
Do
of
it.
any
That's
of
true
us.
enough,
So
true enough. Here we go. Now I should just say this is amazing. Just even
You're
if
lying.
especially if it's
oh,
not.
it's so good. This is so much better.
I feel like you still have the whipped cream here. You still have the raspberry, and you're getting a little bit of like shortbread underneath it all.
Oh, you said damn it, you said shortbread.
I might
Hang
try
on,
some.
but
I'm gonna
hang
have a
on.
little bit more
Let me taste
first.
it.
But
Let me taste it.
I have
Okay,
a-
okay. Do what you need. Do what you need to do.
wow, Monique is so brave.
Well, 'cause I still have this much left in the bottle. You
That's
know?
true. That's true. Are you using your Bowmore eyedropper?
Oh, look at using my Bowmore dropper. Look at that.
There it is. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's the only place that ever gave us eyedroppers. So
I know. They also gave us barley in our shoes and hair.
yeah,
And
Does it have like a logo on the side of the eyedropper, or how do
yeah,
you
it does.
know it's a-
It's really hard to read that, but it does. It's,
Wow. So somewhere there's a company that sells branded eyedroppers. I just want to point that out. That it's like your science business needs some needs some more marketing. We sell branded eyedroppers. Like who else would need a branded eyedropper? What other companies?
you know, I'm kind of sad to say I hate science right now.
mm,
It just took some of the interesting off of it.
I am.
Mm.
Honestly.
I want to say yeah on water, but I'm also kind of no on. I'm like,
No.
what is I don't feel like it's as great. I don't feel it's as great. I would say no. Don't do it, Joseph.
No, don't do it.
Don't
Seriously,
don't put
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
Do it. Do it. Do
Don't
it.
do it.
Don't do
No,
it. Don't do it.
Don't do
That
it.
agrees.
Dad, did you do it?
I did, and it kills the nose for me. Like,
This nose is awesome.
it doesn't change it. It just like knocks it down to like 50%. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like meh.
I just want to thank you for your bravery and your sacrifices jumping on that grenade for me.
I mean, it's not awful, but it was a delightful dessert beforehand, and now it's
But okay, now in the mouth, there's like caramelized honey on top of the raspberries. You know how you can do like brown butter? You almost you don't burn it, but you really like pull out all the sugars. That with the honey on the yeah. All right, so I'm gonna forgive it for killing the nose because it made the palate really interesting.
Okay. The palate is very strong in the
Yeah.
unscienced version. Like it's overpowering. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of you definitely know that what is this? 60%. You definitely are aware of that.
It's big.
You're not
do you feel like I lose the raspberry forever in the finish? Like it does not stay there the way before water it was.
It's interesting with water. I don't know that I would say you must have it with water. I would say try it just to get just so that you know what the differences are.
Yeah,
But-
when you have very little left, then try it with water.
Yeah.
no, this is a lot to me though. This is several sips.
And I get the shortbread notes that you're talking about.
In the nose, I felt it came
Yeah.
up really quickly.
There's like some cereal, oatmeal, shortbread.
I actually might try. I kind of want to try to science it now that I'm hearing all this
I
stuff.
mean, if you're
kinda wanna
low,
try it.
and you still have more in your sample bottle, so
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
would try it. You know why I would try it? Because I fucking love whiskey.
Nice try.
I feel that was good. I feel that was a good one. Thad?
One.
Yeah, Thad agrees.
There's a drop left. I'll put a drop of water in.
Let's see here. Yeah, it really murders the nose, doesn't
It
it?
just shuts the door in your face. Yeah.
And that nose was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no raspberries in the finish.
Yeah, there's
There's still
No,
a sweet,
a
kind
bit
of
of
a
sourness in there
No, I get no sour.
in the nose.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Which is another reason why I fucking love whiskey, because it's different for everybody. You know, you could smell sour. I get shortbread. Andrew
Oh,
gets,
wow.
cardboard. I don't know, but that's
I still get a lot of that heat, a lot of that pain.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't, without the delicious flavor that was backing it up. Like it's just pain without the. I say no water. Yeah.
Yeah. It was remarkable before water.
Yeah, really was.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's good, but it is not
Yeah.
remarkable.
I want to have some more fish and bandages. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, no one's stopping you. We still got, at least 4 minutes.
Because like once you have that chocolate chip cookie for dessert, do you really want to go back to the main course?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do. I want a fish advantage. Yep. I'm going in.
Yeah, I think I may go back.
Oh, let me do that closer to the microphone.
Oh my God, that's good. Okay, so I was doing a little bit of a whiskey tasting with my son-in-law last weekend, and I did a bottle.
He's of legal age. I just want to point out. Okay.
He is a legal age, yes. And my my grandson loves the bottle pop so much. So yeah, he just giggled the whole time we were doing it. I almost ripped the cork in half because he liked it so much.
It's a fun sound.
His mom will not let me give him a try yet. I mean, he's only 16 months old, so I mean, I guess
Well,
I can.
I understand. It's understandable.
That seems way ahead of the drinking age.
I don't know. My mom would rub Jack Daniels on my gums when I was teething.
Well,
so,
that's it's medicinal.
I know a lot of kids who had that when for teething pain who had that happen.
It is interesting going back to
It is.
It is so smoky now. The fish and bandages is like very Lefroy to me. I mean, I know it's Caol Ila, but this is like reminds me of a smokier whiskey.
The thing that surprises me is that the peat, I guess they have their own peat sources on Isla?
Yeah, I think every one of them has their own bog, don't they?
I think so, yeah.
And we have a square foot
of Lefroy's, yeah.
of Lefroy.
Why does no good whiskey come out of Florida? I don't understand. There's so many bogs there.
I think there's a difference.
It's all bogs. It's all bogs.
Yeah, but that's all like gator guts. You don't want that,
Don't you? I'm interested.
Yeah. Give me some gator gut peated American whiskey. I'll be okay. I'll try that thing. Yeah. The drinking age.
He's 16 months. Come on. When is he going to start?
And he is the sweetest boy ever.
He's super cute.
Apparently, my first words, and this is, I feel bad, like we're letting people know this on the show, but my first words apparently were that I spoke out loud were, "Give me a drink of beer, please." According to my mom. I'm really disappointed that it wasn't "Give me a drink of whiskey, please." I guess I just didn't know about it yet. So
see, that's like in my baby book. My mom wrote down my first sentence, and it was, "I fucking love whiskey."
Yeah. That's what I thought.
But he gets it. Like he gets it. I feel like she should ask us the question for the end of the show.
Right at this point, yes, because obviously 12-4, she's way ahead.
She has schooled us in the ways of whiskey.
Oh my
think
gosh!
Dad would keep his thumb on the counter when
I haven't even tasted this again. I haven't even tasted this the fish and bandages again.
Neither have I.
Like I'm just nosing it.
Can I just admit, you guys were right? You guys were right to go back to this. I apologize for doubting you, and I fucking love whiskey.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna taste it.
Oh my gosh!
I'm
not adding water this time.
No. That is
a barbecue in the nose.
Yeah. It's like a brand new whiskey. Going back after tasting something so sweet really accentuates the savoriness of this. So good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's yummy. Oh, it's just yummy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Monique, I have a question for you.
Do you have a question for us?
You don't want to borrow my car again because I still can't get the smell out of my trunk. I'm sorry.
Listen, that was. We don't need to talk about why I left a dead gopher under the seat. We don't need to know that.
Yeah, you know how hard that was to clean?
I could have left it on the road, but I thought that was the civic thing to do. But do you have a question for us, Monique? I think Joseph's right.
I wonder if
you have a question for us.
You have a question for us?
I do. I actually do have a question for you. Do you guys want to say I fucking love whiskey to try to get the count up a little bit on your side?
No.
Hurtful.
No, I absolutely do not. I want to say I fucking love whiskey because I fucking love whiskey.
There it is.
Also, I fucking love whiskey.
Nice try.
He's just gaming the system, Thad. He's gaming. Don't give it.
I'm not.
You gave it to him. Why did you give it to him?
That was sincere. That was how I felt.
That's true. It's also true when I say it. But I'm not going to say it. I'm going to let our guest win. I'm very, very happy with that. I do want to say, Joseph, you've got a show on Outpost 13, right? On Friday nights. Is that still going?
No, that show's on hiatus. Sorry. We did 2 streams of Blackbirds, and now I'm working on the game. So until I get some more work done on the game, then we're off. It was a lot of work, but you can watch on YouTube. You can go and find the episodes and watch them. This is a game I've been working on for over a year now with an amazing team of people. Check out, you can look up Blackbirds RPG.com and find out more. Yeah.
And follow it. So yeah, I tried to plug it, but anyways, it's coming back at some point, right?
Some point.
You can do some improv RPG with improvisers playing role-playing games, and it's so great. It just is. Thank you, Outpost 13. Thank you, you at home watching. Thank you, Monique, for being our guest today. This was so great. I really appreciate it. I was really happy to put my thumb on the scale and make sure there's a lot of Bunnahabhain in it for you. So
I appreciate that.
I was played by that. Thank you, Aaron Hardy, for our graphics. Thank you, Cody Bushy, for the bot. Thaddeus Wessinger. Dude, you're just awesome. And I love everything that you brought to the thing. The love for whiskey counts, the tasting notes that come on live, your disembodied voice talking about what things you're tasting in the things. I want to thank everyone at home for tuning in. I want to plug Outpost 13. Like, this is a Twitch channel. There are so many great shows on it. Please subscribe if you're an Amazon.Prime customer. Is that right? Is that a thing? No. If you're an Amazon Prime customer, you can subscribe to one Twitch channel for free, and the Twitch channel will get money to help keep it in operation. And I would suggest do it with Outpost 13. Please subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. In April, we'll start at a new time. We'll start an hour early at 4:30 instead of 5:30. To make room for a improvised Star Trek show on Saturday nights. And if you're like me, I grew up with Star Trek. I grew up on Saturday afternoons. Star Trek was the thing that would come on my channel, and that was the thing I watched every single time. So this delights me no end. I want you guys to tune in to that. And stay tuned tonight, because coming up later is Tales by Fire, where it's a single person RPG. How can that work? It's crazy, and it works, and it's so engaging, and it's so wonderful, and the chat gets involved in terms of like what happens next. It's improv. I love it. Anyways,
go Jaguars.
Go Jaguars. What?
I don't know.
I don't know. What else do I have to say? Is there anything else? Monique, what are you plugging?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What am I plugging? I fucking love whiskey. Thank you so much for inviting me on. This was so much fun.
Open the door for that.
You did. You kind of did. I had to walk through.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
I fucking love whiskey.